What's going on, YouTubeites? Welcome to the Cover Price Top 10 for the week of October 4th. Yes, I can't believe we are in the first week of October. 2020 is the year that never ends. So before we get this party started, let's get right to it. Introduce some of our... Let's get a little intro going. So we had somebody... I'm going to do a little something special for y'all today. So bear with us. Yo, what is up, everybody? I was like monitoring YouTube to make sure our channel didn't get taken down again. So we lost another great one today, boys and girls. Rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen. Man, 2020 keeps on throwing punches at us, yo. But we got to stick to each other, man. That's why we have the Cover Price Top 10. The Cover Price Top 10 is brought to you by our friends at CovrPrice.com. Go to CovrPrice.com. You sign up for a 2-week free trial, and you can get lists, your collections, trends, all kinds of goodies from our friends over at CovrPrice.com. The show is also sponsored by our friends at Rocket Comics. Go to Rocket Comics, hit them up, tell them the Lord sent you, get 20% off your first pressing order. And I just got 16 slabs back. I'm going to show it later this week, finally. And I just realized I have another 12 out at CDC. I can't wait for those to come back. So they'll press your stuff up and make it look all nice and shiny. And I will show off my stuff later this week. The show is also brought to you by our friends at the Geeky Swag Shop. Go to geekyswagshop.com. Use discount code of LOTLB to get 10% off anything inside the Geeky Swag Shop. The show is also sponsored by our friends at KRS Comics. Use discount code of LOTLB to get 15% off anything in the KRS Comics store, including a gorgeous, gorgeous variant that's coming up. It's going on sale this Saturday, so make sure you hit up KRS Comics. I think it starts at 12 Pacific or Eastern, 9 Pacific. It is the God, I already forgot. What was it again, Justin? It was the Spider-Gwen.
No, that was last week.
Oh no,
Spider-Gwen was this past week. I think this week is the Star Wars or the Spider-Man.
Yeah. Anyway, just go to KRS.
I told them I'm very upset that they did it back to back.
Just go to KRScomics.com. Set your reminders because they sell out within minutes. So they got something dropping this Saturday. So make sure you check out our friends at KRS Comics. Once again, this is the Cover Price Top 10, where we compile the top 10 selling books of the week. I think somebody asked in the live chat last week or one of the comment section. Justin answered it, and I answered it as well. It's the top 10 units sold and the percentage of what the price was, right, Justin? That's the best way we can explain for you. So it's not just the ones that are most sold, because I think eventually we're going to be doing that list as well, called the Movers and Shakers, which is a Cover Price compilation as well. We don't get the data from other places and say it's ours, but I think that'd be something interesting, because that's something that is more along the lines of, if only 3 of them sold, but they sold for record amounts, or something along those lines. So
yeah, that's a great email that they put out.
Oh yeah, awesome.
They asked us to do something about them. We also want to do something where we look back like a month or maybe 6 months or a year to see where books are now, because, you know, a lot of times the prices are not what they used to be, to say the least. But let's get right to it, boys and girls. Shout out to everybody in the live chat. Six Face Comics holding it down. Our man Sith Lordly Jealous Comics holding it down with the wrench. Al Picknell from Spine Ticks Universe X, T Rabbits Comics, Well Rap for Comics. Look at this, all kinds of comics in the house. It's too late now. It's like 63 people. I can't even say what's up to you guys, but we appreciate you guys for hanging out with us every Tuesday. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. We do this every Tuesday night for sure. I've been doing it nonstop for it feels like 10 years, but we are slowly getting there. You know what? I think we're going to do more content from CovrPrice because we just cover the weekly stuff. I think we should do more of the bigger sales. But as I tease on Instagram, today's list literally has, I think, only 2 books from last week. The rest of them are all new, which is good to see that the collecting market is.
Yeah. I like it when we get like a fresh list. You know what I mean? Like after a while, it gets old when you had all the punchline and you had all the
Miles.
Aranya, the Miles. Like it's
Miles
just like,
went from Miles to Miles. Yeah. Corona. That was
the Donny Cates stuff every week.
Yeah.
Oh, Cates hasn't been on for a while. Well, we're sorry, Donnie. What happened to Donny Cates, man? I'm sure he'll be back. But let's hit up the runner-up. This didn't quite make the top 10, but number 11 on the list is still, hey, this is one of the books I was just talking about. This, of course, is Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 16th, as seen in the WandaVision trailer. Monica Rambeau's quick appearance lit a fire under her first appearance in this annual. Sold 24 copies, had a 7-day trend of 119%, had a high sale of $250 for a CDC 9.6, and this is one of the books that was left over from last week. So that means that we have 9 different books on the top 10. Like we said last week, I seriously doubt she'll be named Captain Marvel. The name's already taken. I believe her current iteration is Spectrum. Yeah. That's what I'm going with. It can't be Captain Photon and all this stuff. Might as well go with what's in the originally. I mean, this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. You should have bought this up when you saw her appear in the Captain Marvel movie as a young child. But now we're starting to see some stuff moving. The way things are going right now with the movie theaters, Disney Plus may be the only place we see superhero content from either of DC or maybe HBO Max. The Snyder Cut maybe come out before everything else because all the DC stuff got pushed back too. So thank God for HBO Max and Disney Plus, right? Jeez. Yeah, thank God for Amazon Prime too, man. I've been watching The Boys. I've been enjoying that, man.
Yeah, it's getting boring, dude, in terms of watching stuff. Thank God also, not to fall down the rabbit hole that we always fall down, but Tim, we got Supernatural this week.
Oh, see a grown ass man cry when I hear that Kansas man carry on my wayward son. Oh, It's gonna bring the feels and the Impala, man. Oh, can't wait, man. It's been on for like 15, 16 seasons, right?
So great. 15 seasons, yeah.
Those dudes don't age either, man. That's kind of crazy.
I know. It's crazy.
Right? But the interesting is Dean Winchester is going to be on The Boys, and his brother is going to be on Texas Ranger.
Yeah,
that is crazy that they're bringing that back. But good for Lurch that he's got another job.
Yeah.
So let's get on to it. What do we got for number 10, guys?
Okay, so number 10, we got a brand new book, and it's a number 1, which shouldn't be too much of a surprise. These number 1 books from Image are pretty hot. People picking them up, anticipating some kind of movie. But we've got The Department of Truth, written by James Tynion IV. And this is actually going to be, apologize if I murder this name, Werther Deladera, the 1 in 100 variant.
That's correct.
So, to me.
Yeah, I feel like I said that better out loud than I did in my head when I was.
Got part of my last name. Come on,
that dude just got a ton of fucking vowels in his name. Right. That's crazy, Werther.
So this is a cool one because this is a homage to Tynion's other hot title, which I know Justin's a massive fan of, which is that Something is Killing the Children. So kind of slow burn here, but on Thursday it sold at ratio for $100. However, by Friday it jumped to $175. Recent copies have sold between $150 and $160. It sold 18 copies and had a 7-day trend of 102% and had a high sale of $175 for a near mint raw. So yeah, I mean, we've talked about it, like these Image first number 1s get scooped up, the Boom Studio stuff, because everyone's anticipating a Netflix, a Hulu, an HBO Max show or something. So, and James Tynion is one of the best writers out there right now. So he's crushing it.
This is almost one of the things where word of mouth or social media word of mouth finally, because Wednesday, Thursday, not many people, but then Friday, people started scooping up, or the people that bought it on Wednesday immediately put it on eBay on Thursday and Friday, which sounds more like, you know what I mean? Like now I saw this at my LCS and I think because I saw the name, I go, James Tynion, this is a new book. I let it go, but it's interesting. It's like it's an old we use it as an old example, but we always call it the Walking Dead syndrome. Like people are expecting the next big Image book to pop, but there you go. Number 10 on the list, boys and girls, is the Department of Truth, the Werther Della variant, 1 in 100. Good job finding that if you can. 175. So it's pretty rare for an Image book to get a 1 in 100 unless it's a Kirkman title, right? If you think about it, who's going to order 100 of these? So good luck. All right, number 9 on the list. What do we got, Justin?
We got a nice old 80s X-Men book.
Ooh, I like
X-Men 221. What is it? First appearance of Mr. Sinister. Sometimes neither us nor CovrPrice really know why books trend, but it's most likely due to the possible Deadpool in the MCU speculation or interest from the current X-Men comic storyline that's going on right now. Either way, it's heating up. It sold 14 copies last week, had a 7-day uptrend of 136%, a high sale of 335 and a 9.8, which even seems a little low to me. But our raw ones are going out there around $60 if you can find them on eBay and good old Near Mint Plus. So
we should ask. I'm sorry.
Sorry, man. I was going to say one of the specs I think on this is, and this might be a bit of a sleeper, is if you watch the New Mutants movie, Sinister is the villain in the background.
Oh, spoiler.
Yeah,
so just kidding. If you haven't seen it by now,
yeah. I mean, if you haven't seen it by now, whatever. This movie's also been like 4 years in the making. So,
wasn't Sinister teased in like one of the later X-Men movies?
Movies now.
Age of Apocalypse, right?
And Deadpool.
Yeah. So, but Mr. Sinister's not, but the company
Essex.
or the human
Essex
name.
Corporation.
Yeah, the Essex Corporation, which is also, because when I saw New Mutants, I go, oh, look at that. They teased them yet again. You know what I mean? It's like, this is like the third tease that we've gotten. So it's still a great book, but this is one of those things I'd like to ask Comic-Con or Cron about, because I'm pretty sure 1987, this had a pretty damn high print run. But either way, on the list of number 9 is Uncanny X-Men number 221, the first appearance of Mr. Sinister. All right, what do we got for number 8? Ooh.
Number 8, we've got Strange Academy number 2, which I always like to, I like to see these new books pop as well, so it's not just like old first appearances and stuff here. But with the first issue hit, collectors have started chasing this second issue. Sold 15 copies, had a 7-day trend of 131%, and had a high sale of $76 for a CGC 9.8. Raw copies are selling for about $25. So, there's been a lot of hype about the Strange Academy run, obviously, because it's a ton of new first appearances. It's geared towards, the younger market. It's like, exactly. It's Doctor Strange Hogwarts. And this could be something that would be really cool, whether it's, animated or live action on something like Disney Plus, to kind of reel in new viewers and younger generations.
Go look at Lords of the Long Box videos.
Yep.
Strange Academy scoop. No, it's good to see that people are, because a lot of times in the past, like number 2 issues were a lot more scarce than number 1s, because people ordered tons of number 1s, but number 2, the print runs dropped precipitously. Oh, I said that right.
Nice.
From issue number 1, because but now people are like, hey, this is a great read. Let me go on it. There's some new characters. So it's definitely what was told is it's coming to Disney Plus. It's got that whole vibe they're looking for, magic, Hogwarts, to the point where Harry Potter fans came out actually complaining about it, because then you done well when the Hogwarts people come out and poo-poo it, saying it's too much like Harry Potter. So number 8 on the list is Strange Academy. Number 2, just a regular cover too. Not even talking about all the variants yet. So let's move on to number 7. No oldie but goodie.
Yeah, bringing it back to the 80s again. Amazing Spider-Man number 300. We all know this one.
Lord, I didn't see
another first full appearance of Venom. Between Donny Cates' Venom run and the upcoming movie, at some point we're going to get Venom Let There Be Carnage, maybe another trailer or a full trailer. It's pretty expensive by now for past couple of years, but it's really starting to increase this year. This has been on and off this list a lot in 2020. It did sell 23 copies last week, had a 7-day uptrend of 92% and a high sale of $5,200 in a 9.8. I remember when you could get these for like $2,000 and under.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so this is one of the ones that's impressive, because when you say it goes up 92%, it was already at a high price. So that's a 9.8 for 5,200. And this is a high print run book. Obviously, this is anniversary issue. Todd McFarlane was blowing up in 1988 before, this is right when he started off his run in 298, 299, and 300, the Venom, everything. It's the cover that's been arguably the most homaged ever,
Oh, definitely.
when Todd McFarlane homages himself, then he always does that. But
it's kind of narcissistic, when you homage your own stuff.
Yeah, it's like when he writes Todd after Todd on something. What's funny was Todd Nook does the homage to Todd McFarlane, and it says Todd after Todd. But anyway, number 7 on the list is The Amazing Spider-Man number 300 from 1988. What do we got for number 6?
So number 6 is Ms. Marvel number 12 from 2016. And this one's kind of cool too, because like Tim was saying earlier, things have been dry on the movie front, but we did receive some news recently on the Ms. Marvel Disney Plus TV show. But this doesn't really have much to do with that, other than the fact this is the first appearance of Red Dagger, who there's been rumors that will be circling and joining that Disney Plus series. So his first appearance is in this issue, sold 19 copies, and had a 7-day trend of 145%, and had a high sale of $26 for a raw copy. So this book's been on, it's dipped in and out of our list a couple times, I think. But
I don't think we've ever had Red Dagger on a long-term spec list. But last week, remember I showed you the screenshot where we had Cameron on a long-term spec list. Yeah. So people gobbled up that one. Now they're gobbling up this one. So number 6 on the list, Miss Marvel number 12 from 2016. We're almost halfway there, boys and girls. What do you got for number 5?
Well, since Zach's getting all the 2020 books, I'm getting all these 80 books. So right? We got Marvel Team Up number 95, first appearance of Mockingbird, who is rumored to appear in the Hawkeye series for Disney Plus. And Tim will definitely tell you that is not true. But if you recall, the two of them were married in the comics. However, in the current MCU, Clinton Barton's wife is Laura Barton, which has no ties to her former costume identity. This unconfirmed speculation did sell 10 copies last week, had a 7-day uptrend of 301%, a high sale for $50 in a near mint raw copy. So, Tim, tell them why this is a big old rumor.
Well, I reached out, and this is coming from a website called Phantom Wire, and I put it linked in there. Phantom Wire said that Hawkeye is recasting Mockingbird, meaning Adrienne Palicki, I think is her name, and they're going to get a different actress to it. Phantom Wire is not known for scoops. That is the Andy Signore website. Andy Signore was the guy that ungraciously left, I think, Screen Junkies or something, because he was trying to have sex with people or something. I don't know. But yeah. So, but this is the same website that also. So sometimes we're able to find out where this stuff comes from, and I'm going to start bringing it up now more. So when you guys buy this stuff and you see it on the list, you know where these rumors are coming from. This is coming from PhantomWire.com. They have a unconfirmed rumor about Mockingbird returning to Hawkeye. Hawkeye is already a full series with a bunch of other characters. So if you like Mockingbird, though, her first appearance is Marvel Team Up number 95. This book was spec'd a long time ago when she appeared on. I thought she was pretty cool for.
She was great in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And there was, remember, they were going to have the spinoff with her and that other character, kind of the new character. They were going to call it Most Wanted.
It was like her love interest in the show, right?
Yeah, I liked the actress. I liked the character. Mockingbird, don't get me wrong, if she showed up in a Hawkeye series, it's a good fit. You just don't play the love angle, but you could easily fit her as like an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of character. So
for those who really want to go way back in the time machine, Google Adrienne Palicki Wonder Woman. She was going to be on the Wonder Woman TV show that never showed up. There was a couple of screenshots of her, and the show never came on TV. So there you go.
On that note, did you ever watch the old school Aquaman? The first episode. The I'm having a mind blank right now. What's it called?
Atlantis?
No, so it was the guy who ended up playing Green Arrow in Smallville, and
Justin Hartley.
Justin Hartley, yeah, and they did like an Aquaman show, and they only did one episode. It was pretty horrible.
Yeah, because I was thinking, the first Aquaman TV show I ever seen was we go really old school with you guys is Man from Atlantis.
No,
I know crickets, right? Google Man from Atlantis, kids. There's also a comic book based on Man from Atlantis. For those who don't know, I tell you what, it's a cricket. So, Man from Atlantis was the guy that was on Dallas, not JR, but his brother. Something Duffy. Where's Roger's old ass when you need him, man? Come on, Roger.
You're old, man. Ain't nobody.
Justin
and I didn't watch fucking Dallas.
We were.
It was on TV in the 70s. Okay,
I bet you watched Bonanza too, didn't you? You old bastard.
Nah, I didn't like Bonanza, man. No. But I'm gonna tell you, when I was a kid, there was like 3 channels, and I was the human remote control. My mom I stood over by the TV, and I just turned the channel until I found something, or sometimes I just go around. And kids, there used to be a time where TV used to end. Like at 2 a.m., it just got static. If you want to see what I'm talking about, go see the movie Poltergeist if you want to get freaked out about it. But TV used to end at a certain time. It wasn't on 24 hours. God damn, I'm dating myself. But number 5 on the list is Marvel Team Up number 95, the first appearance of Mockingbird based off of an unconfirmed rumor from FandomWire.com. We're halfway there, boys and girls. Speaking of FandomWire.com, they're the same ones that dropped this rumor that's been unconfirmed, but it still didn't keep you guys from buying it. What do we got for number 4?
So this one we've seen as well. We got Amazing Fantasy number 1 from 2004. And like Tim said, very unconfirmed rumor and speculation that Aranya will be the Spider-Woman in the upcoming Olivia Wilde Sony film.
Nailed the pronunciation. Way to go, Zach.
Got it. It sold 30 copies, had a 7-day trend of 100%, and had a high sale of $500 for CGC 9.8. Raw copies are $80. Lord. That's insane, dude, because this title was absolute garbage when it came out.
You were going to say that garbage. I thought you were going to say it was trash.
Hot garbage, bro. I remember getting this at the time because I was just buying everything, and I was like, "What the hell am I reading right now?"
But was it just like a anthology series, or was it?
Yeah, but I think the first couple issues followed her, and then they switched characters because is this the same run that Amadeus Cho showed up in? Yep. Yeah, so it was like the anthology.
Amazing Fantasy 15, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. If those who really, I don't know how to say this, man, but if you can find it for cheap, buy it. But man, $500 for a 9.8.
That's crazy, dude.
That's crazy for an unconfirmed. But hey, man, if you got them, smoke them. But some of y'all smoking
100% dollar bin, if not 50-cent bin.
Oh yeah, this whole run was up until Amadeus Cho. I mean, even the Monica. What's up?
Didn't you score a whole bunch?
Yeah, I just actually sold a lot. I went for about 150.
Shout out to Justin's eBay account.
Yeah, and I'll even tell you this. I found the Marvel previews, which predates that and has her on the cover, similar to the Ultimate Comics Miles. So
yeah,
I actually sent that to CGC. So, and they're going for stupid money because people are just like in the Miles thing. It's like first cover appearance. It predates this. So
just be aware that Phantom Wire is the one that started these stories, and they're not known for scooping at all. They've just run stories, but for some reason they're saying this is happening. I've reached out to Mikey Sutton, and he has said this is not true for Mockingbird or Arana. And Mikey Sutton's Sony sources are pretty good. I will say that more so than the other ones. He knows people within Sony pretty well. All the stuff that Sony's doing. What's interesting we didn't get to talk about was the casting of Jamie Foxx for Electro. And if you notice, none of those books made the list. You know why? Because they're super expensive already. So, but if you have them, be careful. But the Sinister Six are coming. What's interesting is if you go to Jamie Foxx Instagram, it's down now. And so the story that I got is he's still going to play Electro. He took it down because Feige Snipers didn't like the fan art he posted of the multiple Spider-Man because that was too spoiler. So back to what we were saying about they're doing a Spider-Verse film. That was a little too close for the Feige Snipers. So they asked Jamie Foxx to take it down. If you don't believe me, just Google it. It's a thing. It's no longer on Instagram, but they didn't like, not that he said he was going to be Electro, but they didn't like the fan art. There's, I think on the third or fourth post on that same, you know how you can do multiple pictures on Instagram? Like the fourth one was a picture of a fan art of Electro overlooking 3 different Spider-Men. And it was Miles, Peter Parker, and 2 Peter Parkers.
Back, right?
Yeah. So I went back to, luckily I got a screenshot of it because I still have it, but because once you put something on Instagram, hey man, social media is forever, even if you delete it. So number 4 on the list is Amazing Fantasy number 1. So let's get to we're on our top 3 and they're all different books, boys and girls. What do we got for number 3?
Yeah, and this one is crazy. Black number 1 from Black Mask Productions from 2016. So if you guys don't know, per deadline, Studio 8 announced that Warner Brothers has acquired Black, the film adaptation of the Black Mask comic series from co-creators Kawanza wow, I'm gonna butcher this name. Yeah, Ozawifi.
Sure.
And yeah, that's what I'm going with.
You to say.
And Tim Smith III. The comic sets out to explore a universe where only Black people have superpowers beyond what the world believes is possible. So with that news, it did sell 18 copies, had a 7-day uptrend of 211% and high sale of $65 and a 9.8 CGC. And raws are selling for about $30 as well. So this is definitely got to be a super low print run. And definitely an interesting possible story to movie or series.
And you know what? This is one of the ones where it actually has probably a better chance of making it to the small screen or big screen. And when I say small screen nowadays, I mean streaming, because it was optioned by Warner Brothers. So that means they could potentially put it on HBO Max, or they could put it on HBO, any of the avenues. You know, Warner Brothers is also a huge studio, but this is one of the smaller things they could probably do an HBO series about, or perhaps HBO Max. And then if you look at what they did to Watchmen, very Afrocentric with the storytelling. And this is such a small comic book studio. I mean, this is one of those things where, you know, it was from 2016. Who would have known that anybody was talking about it? But people, as soon as the news dropped, boom. I mean, this is one of those things where low print run. And if it does come on the screen, I don't know if it'll be on the big screen, but at least it's a studio that has avenues of getting it on to you to consume, right? Either Warner Brothers has, you know, now they have their own streaming, they have HBO, they can do it wherever. So good luck to them, man. You know, nice to see an independent publisher, small book like this get some play, and hopefully they do it justice, man. So number 3 on the list, if you had it on your 2020 bingo COVID card, is Black. Number 1 from 2016 from Black Mass Studios. Congratulations. Let's go. One of my favorites of the week. What do we got for number 2?
Number 2, we got Shang-Chi number 1. And man, this name, is it DK Ruin variant?
Why did you just say Dyke?
Yeah, I know. Or Dick.
Because I don't think that is actually how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know
Dyke.
either, so.
Dyke.
Yeah, DK, that sounds cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dyke.
I don't think it's
Dyke.
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 Maybe, I don't know. Hell.
Decay.
Anyway.
Yeah, we'll go with Decay.
So this is a new miniseries, a 5-issue miniseries that just came out, I believe, last week. If you guys aren't picking it up, you probably should. It's pretty fun. You know, we know Shang-Chi's coming down the pipe here soon with the Marvel. But first appearance of Sister Hammer, who also appears on the variant cover. So this is the only cover she's on. It got a significant boost in interest and outperformed the other variants, selling 14 copies with a 7-day trend of 469%, and had a high sale of $26.60 for a raw copy. And it's a cool cover, man.
There's one more of the cover.
Yeah.
There's one more of the cover that has a character that hasn't been. The reason why everybody got this one, because it has all of them on the cover, but all the variants will have them there. It's in the internal pages where the villain is the bald-headed chick with the tattoo on her forehead, and the other 2 characters are coming to. I don't want to give too much away if you haven't read it, but it also ties to Shang-Chi in his MI6 days. And there's a character that pops up from his past. Her first appearance is Master of Kung Fu number 33. So it looks like there's another character that's coming on one of the other variants with him, and it looks like a black character that hasn't appeared on the internal pages yet. So
you know, it reminded me, the feel of this story was a lot like the Iron Fist Immortal Weapons story, where you had like trying to stay spoiler free here, but where you have like each character kind of representing like a
champion
clan
of one of the cities. Yeah.
I thought that was cool. I liked that, man. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I like the beginning of without getting too much spoilers, the beginning of the prologue of the story and how it really fuck it, I'll say it. Fin Fang Foom makes an appearance at the very beginning. So there's trying to build the mythologies, or where's Otto when you need him, the mythos of Shang-Chi, because we have to eliminate that stench of the CM Punk one shot that he did that was just awful. It was Shang-Chi and his pet monkey and the day of the life of a kung fu master, and it was just god awful. CM Punk, really? I think CM Punk bet Marvel, and Marvel lost, and he had to write a story for them. But there's tons of variants on this. I got 10 of them myself. And there's one more that's coming out that hasn't shipped yet, which is an homage to Special Marvel Edition number 15. And then I'll have all of them. But I'm glad this is in it. So it's only a 5-issue run. But, you know, who knows, with the Shang-Chi movie right around the corner, these characters could appear because it's still filming. And, you know, Feige is part head of Marvel Studios. So he's not there for the everyday stuff, the editorial stuff. But if he wants stories going in a certain direction, then he may put it in the comics now going forward. So number 2 on the list is the new Shang-Chi, number 1. And what do we have for number 1, boys and girls? A whole new different book.
Man, this is crazy. Avengers, the newest series, number 36, coming out of Marvel. So basically, you know, a lot of people are probably guessing that this issue is hot because of the Black Panther Moon Knight fight, but it's actually due to the back cover, and I'm not sure if we have it, but it has the gorgeous
ask and you shall receive
Chadwick Boseman tribute art right there from the artist Joshua Swagby on the back cover. But due to the high demand of this awesome back cover, which is, you know, not something Marvel does, it did sell 43 copies had a 7-day uptrend of 326% and a high sale of $22.95 for a raw copy.
Wow, I would have had no idea. So
It's crazy. It just came out last week too.
yep. So remember, I think I shared it on Instagram that Todd McFarlane is doing a Chadwick Boseman Spawn homage.
Mhm.
That is gonna, I think, end up on this list because it's a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous Spawn cover he did with Chadwick Boseman, and and it was funny because I had to put Todd McFarlane's quote along with it just to make it seem like he's just trying to benefit from Chadwick Boseman's death. But he's saying Spawn was one of the first African American characters to have a solo series and be popular, a movie, and so it's only right that he does a homage to Chadwick Boseman on the Spawn cover, and it ships in.
That's kind of that's always been kind of bullshit with Spawn though too, like because you never see his face, like it's not.
Yeah,
you can't tell you if someone didn't tell you it was an African American character, you wouldn't know.
That's Black Dynamite. Of course you would know, man. My mommy says you're my daddy. Hush up, little girl. Lots of people say that, but this is a pretty dope cover. I think we were talking off air about how this Avengers run is building up the mythological side of Moon Knight, which I always appreciated. I didn't like the kind of crazy Moon Knight multiple personalities.
That was bad. I hated that recent.
I did not like run. Moon Knight in a 3-piece suit was whack to me.
Yeah.
Give me Mark Spector flying the crescent ship with the crescent stars and all that stuff. I don't care if it's a Batman ripoff, but that's the best version I feel of Moon Knight is that. So I'll go full screen now, boys and girls. So yeah, there it is, man. Hey, what happened to our background? Look at that. We just kind of there you go. We're back in space now. So there it is. So just quick announcements. I shipped out the winners today, the rest of the runners, and the second person I just got to ship out. Lana Espinosa, still got to ship out to you. But JoJo, Deep Dive Comics, and Victoria Pajak, I shipped out your books to you. We will be going live again next Tuesday. I have a combo call that I'll probably be doing Thursday or Friday. I got a CTC mail call. I'm pretty happy with it from our man from Rocket Comics, pressed out some stuff. All 9.4s and 9.8s, not anything lower than that for a modern submission. I'm pretty happy with that. So any last words, Justin?
No, nothing. Great show tonight, guys. Quick and easy. Always love doing the cover price stuff. See what next week. Maybe we'll get 10 different books on the list.
We only report what you guys buy. So sometimes we're proud of you guys, and sometimes we just shake our heads in shame. Speaking of shaking our heads in shame, man, any last words?
Nope. Just happy to be here. As I was saying in the comments, sorry about the bare background. Going to be moving here next couple weeks, so hopefully we'll have a better scenery here for the shows. And yeah, man, like Justin said, these new comics, it's always great. It's great to see the new stuff. Even not that I'm an Aranya fan by any means, but it's cool to see stuff like that show up too. Books that you never thought you'd see ever again or talk about.
It's good when it follows the whole spectrum of stuff going. What's interesting is we haven't had many DC or Spawn or Kate's books, right? Like
There's not been any DC for a minute. It feels like
like 3 Jokers. Has there been a delay, or is it just
two came out last week? Yeah, 2 came out last week.
Yeah,
so maybe people
Joker War just ended this week.
Yep, Batman 100 just read that before we went live.
Use this list to see where trends are going for, and you can kind of follow the breadcrumbs on what people have their ears perked up about. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it's a good indicator of what people are buying up and collecting, what's hot at the time. And sometimes we have it's all books from last month. And as this week, we got books from 1980, 88, 2016. So good job, you guys. So till next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
Oh my God.
Hold on and get some, boys. In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 3 greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
TV. take it, pull it back.
In this you shall know that the Lord is upright. In this you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Go on and get some, boys.
Heck, here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
In this you shall know that the Lord is upright.
What's in the box?